Good morning, guys. The time currently is 7:52. Got to the office about a half hour ago, started answering some emails and messages in the car. Still have a few messages on Etsy to go through, but before I start handling all of that, I want to get our DTF printers up and running for the day. If you guys are new here, I am the owner of AMS Transfers. We have two direct-to-film DTF printers. This here is a 24-inch Audley DTF printer, and then we also have the powder shaker as well. And then this too is the same thing, a 24-inch Audley DTF printer with powder shaker. We also have screen print transfers if that's something that you guys are interested in. We don't just offer DTF transfers, so we also offer screen print transfers. We also offer finished apparel. If you guys haven't already, you're not really familiar with what a screen print transfer is, let me show you guys real quick here. And I even can do like a little side-by-side comparison for you. All right, so on the left side here, you can see this is going to be a standard DTF transfer. You can see it's printed on a see-through film. And one of the telltale signs that you're working with a DTF transfer is the back of the design is going to kind of have like an orange peel aesthetic. Try and get that in there for you, but it's going to look and feel kind of like an orange peel. So that's what a DTF transfer is if you guys are not familiar. Then on the right here, we have a screen print transfer, a single color screen print transfer. So what you can see is this is printed on a actual piece of paper, not a piece of film. And what really makes these guys stand apart from DTF transfers is that they, when you feel them with your hand, it almost feels like sandpaper, kind of like a cat tongue for those of you who have pets. But it really is a pretty big difference in terms of the look and the feel. So obviously, like I said, it's going to look like an orange peel on the DTF transfers. However, for screen print, it's going to have that sandpapery cat tongue kind of feel. And the main difference here is that the DTF transfers are printed using a water-based CMYK ink, and screen print transfers use, if you guys know, that one-of-a-kind plastisol ink that is going to always feel great when you put that on a t-shirt. The hand feel on plastisol screen print transfers is just really second to none. And honestly, the durability is just so superior with screen prints compared to DTF. I would say with DTF you can safely get 25 to 40 washes if you apply the transfer properly before you see any sort of degradation. But with screen print transfers, that's just simply not the case. Most times we see our screen print transfers outlast the actual garment itself. And so people sometimes ask me what I mean by that. So like, I don't know, like sometimes like my shirts get like bleach stains, like they get holes in them, stuff like that, they shrink, something like that. And it just basically causes me not to be able to use the shirt. So when I say like it'll outlast the shirt, like the print will last far before the shirt ever, like the shirt will fail far before the print ever does. That's what I'm trying to say here. Especially with those screen print transfers. But DTF transfers are still really great. I mean, how many times do you really think that you wash the t-shirts that you wear? Maybe like about 30, 40 times over the lifetime of that shirt, unless it's like, I don't know, a shirt that you wear around the house, something like that. But in those cases, like, you know what I mean? The shirt can be a little bit, like it doesn't have to be picture perfect in most cases. But yeah, that was just my little rambling. For those of you who don't know the difference between DTF transfers and screen print transfers, here at AMS Transfers, we do both. It's just something that I always considered a important aspect of the business, being able to offer our customers the choice between screen print and DTF transfers, because we come across a number of different clients who just simply don't like the feel of DTF transfers. They don't like the durability. They don't like DTF transfers for whatever reason. And it's nice for us to be able to offer them a solution like screen print transfers, something that they can actually use, something that they're used to. Like, because screen print, I mean, we've been screen printing t-shirts for the past like 50 years, honestly. Like screen printing really started to come around in the 70s, and screen printing has been the standard for printing t-shirts for the last couple decades now. And it's definitely something that the customers already know, they're used to. If they're buying t-shirts basically from anywhere, they're most likely going to be screen printed either with the plastisol or the water-based ink. But yeah, If you guys are interested in learning more about the actual like screen printing process, so what all it takes to actually print a screen print transfer, because it's a lot more skill-based than I would say DTF transfers, like significantly. These are all of the inks that we have for our screen printing. Like I said, these are going to be plastisol inks, and they're a lot thicker than the typical inks that you guys see me pouring in the DTF transfers. These are thick boys, so obviously this is not going to flow through a print head nozzle, but it's just the characteristics of plastisol ink. And when it comes to durability and staying on a t-shirt forever, they really can't be beat. And honestly, in my opinion, the hand feel on DTF transfers, especially the plastisol, that's gonna be what you want. But there's just like, there's the benefits and differences. Like screen print transfers have really, really great characteristics for doing like 100 or more of a single color design. However, if you need to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything really below 6 of a multicolor design, it's just not really gonna be worth it to do it on the screen printing press. You're probably better off just sending that DTF because one, it'll most likely be much faster, cheaper, and in some cases it might even look better. But it's just like, for screen printing, there's so much extra setup that has to go on behind the scenes that printing high color, low quantity artworks just isn't really feasible. So that's really where DTF transfers shine, in my opinion. If you need low quantities of high color artwork, DTF transfer is going to have your back. And it's really a pros and cons kind of thing. So it's just something that you guys have to weigh with the products that you're looking to offer, the products that you're looking to sell, and the services that you're looking to offer. Because if those of you out there who are looking to get into the transfer business, while I know that DTF transfers are all the rage right now, screen print transfers, I think for sure still have their place. Screen print transfers are a significant chunk of our revenue, and they're just really reliable. Like the customers who purchase our screen print transfers, they come back and purchase probably every month. So a lot more reliability with the screen print transfers. People who buy the screen print transfers, they're buying a lot of transfers at one time, like I said. So it's just nice to have that consistency, that reliability, and it's just nice to offer it, which is one of the things, like I said, the main reasons why we still offer screen print transfers, even though DTF transfers are taking over the world and becoming all the rage online. All right, good morning, guys. That was like an 8-minute rant. I mean, if you would even consider it a rant, hopefully it was just like we were just chatting, but good morning, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around in the video if you have this long. Let's get started for today. Turn on DTF printer number 1, get the heating switch on the printer started, and then we can also go ahead and turn on the dryer. With that getting started, let's head on over to the computer, see what we got to do today. I took a quick peek at the orders in the car, and it looks like it's going to be a busy day, to say the least. Let's make sure you guys are all set up. We're looking good. All right, log into the system here. Let's see what we got going for today. 9 orders. If you guys watched the last video, you know that we also had 9 orders from the day before. So another busy night. A couple of these orders are pretty good size too. Yeah. Okay. But this one is a screen print transfer order that I'm looking at here. So we got a order in last night for 432 screen print transfers. And on this one, the customer actually wants the order cut up. So she ganged what looks like 4 designs on a single sheet. So what that means is we are going to cut each of the designs out on the gang sheet for them, and then what they will get is just the single design that they need to transfer to the t-shirt. So they're getting really the best of both worlds. They are gaining multiple designs on a sheet while not paying any more in additional cost. That is the benefit of our gang sheets. You can add as many designs as you can possibly fit to the sheet, and the cost will remain static. It will not increase. But then also, she doesn't even have to spend the time to cut up the individual transfers from the gang sheet because she is having us cut them out for her. We do have an extra charge for that. It's going to be 20 cents per design. But if you really consider the time that you're savings, it's a no-brainer. I think for This customer, they are paying $259 for the cut charge, and in terms of the time that that's going to save, I think that it's going to be well worth it for this customer. And this customer actually always does the cut charges, so clearly it is worth it. And it is something that we offer. If you guys are interested, we offer cutting. So if you need each of your designs cut out of either the gang sheets for DTF or for screen print transfers, just shoot me an email after you place your order saying that you would like to add that. I'll put my email up on the screen for you, and we'll take care of that for you. We'll get it added to the order and make sure that we cut up all of the designs from your gang sheet so that that's not something that you have to worry about. You can just apply your transfers when you get them in the mail. But yeah, guys, I am going to get all the orders set up for today, download the artwork, load them into Digital Factory. I showed you guys a little bit more in the video yesterday how I exactly do that. So if this is something that you're interested in, make sure you go check out that video. I will link it. It's got to be, shoot, I think it's this corner. It's this corner. It's this corner. I'll link it in the corner if you guys want to go check that video out, but I'm going to get these guys set up, run a couple head cleanings on the printer, and I'll check in with you guys after that. Alright guys, got all of the files ripped and did the nozzle checks on the printer. Turns out today was a good day. Didn't have to run more than one head cleaning, which is always a good sign. Got the designs already loaded up and printing. 2% of the way through the file. Everything is looking good. No banding. I also went ahead and adjusted the X margin on this side because if you guys did watch yesterday's video, you know that I had to do that because as you can see by the evidence on the hold down clamp, I was just printing on the hold down clamp rather than the film, which certainly is not ideal. So glad that I got this all set up for today. It actually turned out to be like a fairly light day. Only have about 300 feet of transfers to print, so not too bad. I have a few WW transfer orders that I have to get printed today. I think like literally a handful, maybe less than 15 designs that need to be printed. So yeah, not going to be that bad today. I think today I'm going to use the extra time that we have to get a jump on reclaiming the screens because we're fresh out of automatic size screens. And like I said earlier in the video today, we have that 432 sheet screen printing order. And indeed, we are out of automatic size screens. We have 2 manual size, but for an order of this size, there is no way in heck that we are going to print that on the manual when we have the automatic screen printing press right here, which I didn't really show you guys in my, bro, my lens is messed up. Did you guys just see that jumpiness? I was trying to zoom in for you. But yeah, this is the automatic screen printing press. probably should have showed it to you earlier when I was talking about screen print transfers, but it's basically a manual screen printing press, but instead of actually having to use our manual labor and push the ink through the screen, we use, if you guys can see back there, compressed air. So saves us a ton of muscle fatigue, normal fatigue, everything of the like. So that thing was a godsend getting that in our business. If you guys want to see that video, I have one on the channel where we took delivery of that. Got everything all set up. It was a huge headache because when we took delivery of it, the shipping carrier damaged the press pretty bad. So we had to order some replacement parts, everything. If you guys want to check that out, I'll put a link to the video somewhere up there. Make sure you guys check that out if you haven't seen it already. I know that there has been a ton of new subscribers since April on the channel, so hopefully you guys are checking out the backlog of content that I have. I have been I have been vlogging our whole journey this entire year. So if you guys are new here, make sure you check out the backlog of videos. There is tons and tons and tons of knowledge, tons of content for you guys to go and sift through. All right, guys, 9:55. Sorry for the lack of clips. My camera was doing that thing with the lens again, where it just said cannot attach lens, or like lens not found or whatever, attach lens properly. So I think the lens on the camera that you guys are watching me on is just not really gonna work. I was looking into it and it basically said that like it might be like a piece of like a particle or a piece of sand or something like that got like in the lens mechanism, and that's what's causing it to like not retract and come out all the time, which is the problem that I'm facing. And then it kind of occurred to me like where I normally record and where like I have the camera set up to get my time-lapse shots and everything is quite close to the powdering that we use for the DTF transfers. And DTF powder is like eerily similar to sand. So I think we might have found our problem right here with the DTF powder. Really not enjoying the like careful mechanics required for a camera lens. So I got it working again. I don't know what I did. I just like, I tried fixing it by like tapping the lens on the desk like I did last time. Didn't work. And then I just was like, crap, gotta buy a new lens. So I left it alone for a couple hours and then randomly turned it back on and the lens retracted and sure enough started to work again. So I really hate things like this when like they just like randomly stop working and then randomly start working. Like I need this order in my life, and stuff like this is not orderly. Stuff like this is not conducive to running a YouTube channel and running a business on a YouTube channel nonetheless. So gonna have to invest in a new lens and try and keep a bit more care of it. I didn't think that I haven't dropped this camera once. Like it hasn't even really like, I haven't dropped it into powder or anything like that. So I guess I just got to be extra careful with it on the next lens that I buy. And then I can have two lenses, one as a backup in case something like this ever happens, but pretty frustrating. So I apologize in advance for the lack of clips, but right now the print actually just finished up for today. This is all of the custom files that we needed to get printed, and one more order did come in over this morning, which I'm tempted to get printed. I think I probably will end up getting it printed. It's a small order, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So we'll go ahead and see what's going on with that. I just ripped the few WW transfer designs that I need to get printed today, like I mentioned earlier this morning. We've just been answering emails and messages on Etsy, trying to stay on top of that so that we reply to our customers within like 5 minutes. Yeah, been a good morning. DTF transfers didn't give us any problems today. Pretty good thing, nothing to really complain about except my freaking lens, man. All right, guys, 232. The lens thing just happened again, man. Oh my gosh, I don't think I have much longer. I think I'm gonna have to go grab a lens from Best Buy or something, maybe Micro Center this weekend, because I don't think I'll be able to keep on vlogging for you guys if this keeps on happening. But since what has happened since I last picked up the camera, actually a lot. So we cut the film, got the WW transfer orders that we needed to, all cut up, individual, and ready to go. So now I just got to get these guys packaged up. And then the rolls that you can see here, these are going to be custom orders that have to go out for our customers. Right now we are still printing a good bit of them. It was really just like poor planning on my part because the orders weren't syncing from Etsy to the system that we use for all of like our order queue and print queue. So once I synced those, it turns out that we actually had like 4 orders of pretty substantial size that needed to be printed that were scheduled to go out either today or Monday. So good thing that I fixed that sync problem and caught it to begin with, or else we might have had some unhappy customers on our hand. But no harm, no foul, fixed everything, and I'm going to be able to get these orders out today. The biggest file that I had, I think is about finished up right now. Yep, currently at 92% on the print. So once this guy finishes up, there's another design that we have to get working on. It's already loaded in the print queue, so once this one finishes up, it'll immediately start the next one, and then we can cut the film, get all these guys ready to go and packaged up and call it a day. Like I said, the time currently is 2:34, so we're looking good. Everything is coming together in these final hours. Really wish this lens would work with me, man, but I don't know, maybe I just have to like keep the camera on so that this doesn't end up happening, but who knows, man, super annoying. While I am working on this, Michaela is over here getting started on a heat transfer order that we have to package. So she's currently cutting out all of the designs, and then they're gonna go on here on these tie-dye hoodies. So we already did our test print of that. Not entirely sure what happened to it. I think Michaela used it for a TikTok. But anyways, that's what we got going on right now. I'll set up a time lapse for you guys, and I'll try and keep the camera on so that we don't run into this freaking lens problem. My gosh. Sorry if I keep on complaining about it. It's just like, you guys know, I just got this camera a few months ago, and already running into these problems is not fun. And this was like an expensive camera, bro. I had better luck just using like a cell phone to film these. I was using the Pixel 5 to film it before and had no problems at all. But ever since, I mean, I really haven't had any problems with this camera. It's just the past couple days. All right, time is 3:10. Got those sweatshirts all wrapped up. They turned out real well. Can't fault it at all. So we're gonna get those guys, put a shipping label on them, tape up the box. Right now I am getting the orders all packaged up before our UPS guy comes. Should be able to get all these guys all packaged up before he comes. Typically he comes like minimum 3:30, so I got basically till 3:30, so 20 minutes to get these orders all packaged up. That seems manageable. Michaela just ran to the post office to drop off the adapter flasks and a couple sample boxes. That's what we got going on right now. The lens is still giving me problems. Tried to change the zoom when I was doing the time lapse and was not working with me. So if you guys saw a little bit of waviness during that time lapse, that's what that was. I really don't want to spend $180 on this. I wish maybe I'll look up like taking it apart and seeing if I can find any like specks of powder or something, anything in there that could maybe be interfering with it. But I don't know, man. Each lens is like $180, and I don't really want to spend that, but I also don't really want to spend my time like fixing the lens and tinkering with that. Maybe I even make it worse, and then I have to spend $180 on top of the time invested. Like, I'm complaining. I know I am, guys, but I'm sorry. This is just a pretty frustrating thing for me right now. Alright guys, time is 3:41. Got all of the orders all packaged up
over there. Just waiting for UPS to come and pick these up. And I also just cut the film on the DTF printer, just working on getting the remaining few all cured and through the dryer. Looking for the pole, which is right over here. Actually, a commenter asked a while ago, like, how do I advance the sensor? And I just have this pole right here that I go ahead and stick inside the dryer unit, and then just try and hit the sensor down there. It's like a little bulb thing right there that you're going to want to put the thing right in front, and then that'll increase the sensor and move the film down through the dryer. So I'm going to let me get this all wrapped up, and then I'll check in with you guys once I get the packages all ready to be packaged. All right, guys, time currently is 3:55. Got the last of the orders all packaged up, waiting on UPS. For some reason, I have a feeling the guy's not going to show up today, but Michaela thinks he will. We're going to give him till 4, and if he doesn't show up, we'll start loading up in the car. Last time we did that, he came while we were loading the packages up in the car, so fingers crossed that happens again. We could skip the trip to UPS and hit right on the highway and go home for the weekend. But anyways, guys, I'm going to leave the vlog here. If you guys made it this far in the video, thank you so much. And if you have, by some chance, if you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to get the channel to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so each and every one of your subscription really does mean the world to me. And while you're down there, go ahead and leave the video a like, comment any questions, concerns, anything you guys want to know more about. And I just realized we never put a shipping label on this box. So I'm going to end the video here, put a shipping label on this box, and then we're going to head out of here, guys. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys on Monday.